First of all, I would like to thank for all the people behind this effort. It is a great innovation. Hockey traditionally today from many years always trying to go for innovations in our sport, and since we introduce artificial turfs, and since then we are trying to improve the playability and trying to give our game more exciting conditions for our players as well. And now we are heading towards a very important project, which is a dry turf, waterless pitches, or water without water pitches. So I think that is something, a very innovative area which we now see as a wet ball coming and trying to mitigate the situation. Of course, there is we will have certain experiments which are going very well now in order to reach to our target. But the wet ball coming in a really good time to help us. In that way, we want to protect our environment. We want to help the climate, global climate, and use less water for our game. And I think that's we are in the right direction.
Well, we are moving towards a more sustainable form of our sport. So dry turf is one of the moves towards that. We currently use a lot of water in order to perform at the very highest level. So firstly, we're looking to reduce the amount of water to zero that we're putting on the pitch. And secondly, we want to ensure that the sport is still able to be played at the highest level, and that the skills of the top players are still able to happen. And when the guys from the University of Ghent, our partners in this, 2 years ago called us up and said, we have an idea, we think that we can put water in the ball so that we still get the water between the ball and the surface and between the ball and the stick, but we do it through the ball rather than watering the turf. It was a crazy idea, but one that has ultimately led to this ball, which we're using here at the FIH World Cup for the first time in competition. We've been testing it a lot over the last few years, and this is, I don't know how many generations of ball we've got to, but this is the latest generation, and the players here have given us really good feedback. So we're going to use it in this tournament, and we're certainly going to continue testing it both in fives but also in 11-a-side hockey. This is about dry hockey. It's not about dry fives hockey, it's about dry hockey. So number one reason is sustainability, but number two reason is to maintain the performance, and it's a sporting reason. It's fantastic.
This wet ball, which we call the Rowetta ball, has the water inside to generate on the pitch, in fact, the water that you need. It's simply a small amount of water, a few grams that is inside, you hit it, it comes out, you get a homogeneous wetting. This is on the surface, and in that way you can mimic the game that is now currently played mostly on an irrigated pitch. It's as simple as that. How do we do that? Well, there's a special mechanism inside. It's quite technical, but the key thing is you give a push, you give a hit, the water is being released. If there's no hit, there's no water. So the player can generate water on the spot whenever he or she needs it, and that's how it works. And we're very glad to be here at the World Cup to have demonstrated the ball, and we're very grateful that all players really appreciate this invention, and we really believe that this can help to make the sport more sustainable, also knowing this ball is a fully recyclable ball. How does it work? It's simple. You take out the ball here, and it comes into play. Your players feel that it needs to be changed, and then you go to this side, and the next one pops up, and then you have a fast game with a sustainable ball that is also fully recyclable. It's simple as that. With the company Making Age providing these Rowetta balls, helping the hockey community to become sustainable and to keep top-notch quality for the game. That's it.
And our players now felt in the first time, as you mentioned, in Muscat for the FIH World Cup. They have a very good experience, but I think we are still working on it, and that is a very important addition on the way to our destination.